What is up, my royal family? You already know this is your girl, Mai, and we are back with another fire episode of the Chit Chat. Welcome back. This is episode 2 of season 4, and we do have a special guest here tonight. We about to get into it. You guys know that this episode is called From Outside to Serving God. Okay. You already know we start over here with affirmations. I got my girl Marissa here. This is my sister. This is my friend. And I'm gonna let her do the affirmation because she is the guest on here. So I'm gonna turn it over to her. Marissa, if you want to introduce yourself, or you can just go right into the affirmation, however you feeling tonight.
How you doing, you guys? I'm Mauricia Hawkins, and
Yes.
from outside to serving God, woo, woo, woo. That is what it
Listen,
is.
come on.
So the affirmation for today is to keep going no matter what comes your way, what hills, what anything, any
Right.
battles, anything. Don't let anything stop you from
Mm,
doing what God has for you or who He's calling you to be.
mm.
Just keep it up. Just keep going. Walk in your purpose. Stay focused. Don't let anything or anybody come between you and your promise that
My
God has
God.
for you.
Mm. That's good. Keep going. No matter what comes, no matter what distraction, no matter what, just keep going. That's good. That's we can't even top that affirmation. Look, we just about to get into it. Marissa, can you tell now? Some people may know you, some people don't. So if you can introduce yourself to the chit chat.
I am Mauricia Hawkins. I am, 38. I grew up in Wilmington, Delaware. I have one child as of Inez, and I serve the
Okay.
Lord. I
Yes.
serve the Lord, and I have not stopped serving Him since I
Mm.
started. So I think that's about it. I came
Okay.
from outside to inside the
From
church.
right, from outside to serving God, and we all have to go through that transition. Our stories aren't the same. Everybody's story is different, but I too have been from outside partying, doing whatever I was big enough to do. And then I made that transition to serve God. It wasn't easy. It wasn't comfortable.
Yeah,
It got lonely at times,
yeah,
but
yes, it
I
does.
wouldn't
Yes,
trade it for anything in the world. Like I'm
no,
glad that I did it. And it was the best thing that happens to me. Like I said, it wasn't easy, but we here. I'm loving it. Like you said, I've been serving God ever since, and we
yes.
ain't going back. So that's it. So that's
Amen.
we're not
You
going
can't
back.
have me. You
And
can't.
that was done.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
ran. I didn't went back and forth. I didn't did all that. So now I'm here to stay. I'm not going back.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So when did you first realize that God was calling you? When did you
If I
first
if
realize?
I could be honest, about time I began to know that and realize that He was calling me,
Mm-hmm.
I was already serving.
Oh wow.
I was
Wow.
already serving, and then because you go to church and you try to get yourself together, so you take one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
me, facing 45-year jail time
Mm-hmm.
for only getting 3, I promised God
Wow.
that I was going to serve Him for the rest of my life,
Wow. Wow.
for the rest of my life, for whatever. Like no matter what it was, I was
Mm.
going to serve Him for the rest of my life. I didn't care
Wow.
who stood in the way.
Right.
I just was like, I'm going to serve God. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going
Mm.
to serve God because He saved me.
Right. Mm.
He saved me to say that no matter what you go through, If God says yes, it's a yes.
Right. It's a sure yes.
It's a sure yes.
It's a sure yes.
It's a sure yes. So
That's
I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. And I began to just walk in it, walk in
mhm.
it. And about time I noticed that I was, walking for him, I was already in. I
Wow.
was already signed in. I was like, oh, this is what it is.
Wow.
I was a ride or die for the streets,
Mhm.
and now I'm a ride or die for the Lord.
Listen, that is my motto because I was, honey, I get them drinks in me and be the loudest one and dancing and all of this and all of that. So I was like, if I was doing it in the streets, why can't I do it for
Why?
God?
Why not God? Why not? I
Why
did it
not
so
God?
long. I was like, I did it so long for the streets. The day I was like, I did it so long for the streets. I have no reason not to do it for you. Give
Right,
you the plan A and the B. You finish it up.
right,
I
right,
I couldn't do nothing more but serve him.
right. And that's, I mean, I went from, like I said in the beginning, our stories are different. I went from, I was in the church, I'm outside the church, I'm in the church, I was running, then I here, there, then I was backsliding, I was doing anything I wanted to do, but I realized that I was trying to fill a void. So I
Mm-hmm.
would drink and I
Mm-hmm.
would go out and I would do this. Even when I was in there, sometimes I couldn't even get drunk enough. Where I'm like, Lord, I don't want the Lord speaking to me in the club. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm trying to get lit. Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to hear all that.
He
But
said it's
even in
over.
right, even in the club, like people be like, you don't even belong here. And people would see it on me before I was even seeing it myself. And that's when I realized I was like, you know what, I gotta stop running. Like
I
I
ran
gotta
for
give
so
him a short. Yeah. That
I ran for
running.
so long. It was just ridiculous. I was running and hiding. People was
Yeah.
telling me, "Oh, the Lord needs of you. The Lord needs of you," and I'm ducking like, "Nah, you ain't talking about me. Not this ratchet
Right.
one. Not this ratchet one." You know, I,
See,
I love the block. I love the block. So no, you're not talking to me.
right,
You can't be talking to me. No,
right.
I'm gonna ride and die for the streets. I'm gonna ride. No, 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 no. Now I sit.
Yeah,
I serve for God.
right.
So
And
it's
in that transition, like when you so like you said, it's a process. And that's the one thing I love about our church. Shout out to LTM, Living by Streets
LCM.
Ministries, Pastor Jackson and Pastor Jackson and Pastor Mia. I'll be saying Pastor Jackson and Pastor Lamont.
No, Pastor Jackson and
Pastor
Pastor Mia
Jackson
Jackson.
and Pastor Mia. I love them because like it's a process. When you give your life to Christ, like when you go from outside to serving God, you're not going to stop everything cold turkey.
Mm-mm. No, you're not. You're not. You're gonna figure. You gotta have you search your deliverance up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you sit in it, and
Yep.
sometimes you show up in places where you see it won't always be like this. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna stay here in the club. I'm not gonna stay here on the corner. I'm not gonna stay here doing God knows what.
Right.
You eventually you're going to get where you need to be in your purpose, and you just have to take it one day at a time, one step
Right.
you know just let him
Right.
have his way. And
Right.
I love our leaders. Oh my God, I love them, because
Yes.
for me coming outside and me being a little, you know how they say I was a little
Ah,
little hood, so it was just like, oh my God, it's like, just take
right.
time, do what you need to do.
Right.
And when I felt bad, over the words were coming over the pulpit.
Mhm.
It wasn't like, oh, I feel bad and I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay. No, it was coming over the pulpit to remind me to keep going,
Going.
keep
Yes.
going.
Yes, yes. And sometimes we'll look at the things that we've been through and where we come from, and we automatically feel as though like we're inadequate. We're not worthy of the call. We're not good enough for the call because of where we come from. I know that was an issue for me. I'm like, listen, I I grew up. And a lot of people don't know. Like I grew up in the hood. I grew up from out jazz. I grew up like I don't have that background. Like as
everybody,
other
yeah,
people, I don't come from that
everybody,
background.
everybody has a different background.
Yes.
That different background is a little different. Now, see, my trauma took me to the streets. What I
Mm-hmm.
was going through when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
the lack of, mother not being there, the lack of no father,
Right.
those
Right.
do take a toll in your
It
life to
does.
say, hey, who can show me the way? So I begin to the streets begin to show me the
Show
way.
you. Right.
They didn't give me the, it wasn't people like me to say, no, baby girl, don't go that way, or
Right.
how can I help you today? How can we make this situation a little bit better for you? What's your goals? It wasn't like that for me. It was like,
Right.
here you go, you take this and make the money.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you eat. This is how it wasn't like I was like, oh, no, go to work.
Right.
No, here you stand on here and you sell this.
Right. And then that becomes like all you know, and that
All
becomes
you know.
the
All you
love you know, I mean, like, this is my family, like, this is my home, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that this is
The
a
thing,
part,
I
it
mean,
becomes a
you're
part
telling
of
the
you.
truth.
Yep.
Yeah, you're telling the truth. They become your fault. They become the how can they become your family
Mm-hmm.
without any questions asked. They become your family. They become teaching you things that you should not be doing. But
Right.
in orality, everybody has to go through a process
Mm-hmm.
to get in the mantles, the seats that they call for.
Yep.
So the process wasn't easy. It's like I was just turning my back on the people that I love the most. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, if I don't go, who's going to go?
Right. Right. That's true.
Who can say they did it? Who can show
Right.
you guys that you can walk up and be, you know, not the prodigal of the environment that you are in?
Right. Right. And that's the truth. And I like some stuff we have to go through. Like, it's a part of us. Like, some
Yep.
stuff we have to go through to help other people. Because, like, if I didn't go through what I went through, if you didn't go through what you went through, we won't be able to touch the souls that we are assigned to
Yes.
and reach the people that we need to reach. The people that your voice is assigned to, I can't reach them. And the voice that, the people that's assigned to my voice, you can't reach them because we
Hmm.
because we come
It's
from
two
different
different.
backgrounds, and two different processes and things that we had
It's
to
two
go
different thoughts.
through.
It's two different seats.
Yep.
It's definitely two different seats. What you went through, you can help that person. What I went through,
Right.
I can carry that person. I can
Right.
carry that. But some people can't. They be like, girl, she went through this. And I be like, don't worry about it. She'll be
Right.
okay.
That is her process. Let her go through that
Let
process.
her go through that, or let him go through that.
Let
Let them
him.
go through the steps that they need to do, that they need to get where they need the
Right.
peace, the
Right.
hope,
Right.
not being feared. You know what I mean? Like, no anxiety, no depression. Let
Right.
them go through that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Hey, it's good already. I don't even know where to go from here. But we gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Okay. So we talking about the process. We talking about the transition.
Hmm.
When you started to, like, okay, listen, the streets, I know they not for me. I know I need to follow God's voice. How was the support? Like, how did your family act a certain way? Like, did your friends turn their back on you? Like you said, the streets became your family. How did they act towards you? Like, how was that? Did it become lonely? Was it, walk us through that process, or how
Okay.
that was for you?
For me coming from the levels in the streets, they respected me a lot. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some people had questions. Some people, they want to go. They want to get the understanding of how you take the steps. So,
Right.
like I tell anyone, if you do the work, God will bless you. If you just commit to Him, you do what you're supposed to. Just follow. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to say that this is it.
Right.
This is the end of it. I'm not coming back. I'm signing off.
Right.
So as soon as I kept walking in it, kept walking in it, kept walking in, and the people begin to see me not dibble dabble or step over them, they
Right.
end up respecting me
Right.
a whole
Right.
lot more. Where they become to say, "Hey, preacher lady," or kids be like, "Hey," or
Right.
you
Right.
begin to walk in your purpose when you think you're not.
Right.
You have
Right.
people that show up for you that's not family, not friends, not anything to you, and they'll tell you to keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep on going. You're gonna have people that say, "Oh, you think you better than us." You're gonna have that being said. But if you ignore it and keep on going, all the promised land that God has for you, it's like,
Right.
whoo, chef kiss. It's like peace. You get
Mm,
everything. You get everything.
goodness.
Everything.
Mm,
Everything.
that's good. That's good.
And
I go ahead.
for
Go
me,
ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
for
Go.
as my family, I love my family to death. But God sent me through a process where I had to save my whole family.
Mm,
So I didn't save one generation, I saved two generations. So I was already called to save generation curses, generation, anything that had to do with family members, anything to say, hey, you might have lost loved ones out there. You might have anything. You might be going through a battle with your parents. You might be.
right.
I have that calling to say, no, sweetheart, go love on your mama a little bit more because at the age I lost mine at a young age.
Mm,
I was left in the dark where people could say, oh, I remember my grandma cooking biscuits for me. Me, I can't even tell you.
mm,
So if I say the calling was over my life, oh, tremendously.
right. Right.
I have nothing but God.
Mm-hmm. Mm, Jesus. Let me stop because you know it don't take much for me. Let me get
Yeah, we
myself
ain't gonna
together.
cry on this podcast. I said,
Let
God,
me get
no
myself together.
tears,
Hold
no
on.
tears,
Let
no
me get
tears. We gonna walk you through.
because you know it do not take much for your girl over here.
I'm not here to make you cry. I'm just telling a
Listen.
testimony that it's true. God walked me through my whole entire trauma, everything,
Mm-hmm.
everything that you can ever think of.
Right. So
Unsure of yourself.
you already knew that the calling was on you even as a child.
Yes,
Even
man.
as a child, you knew
I knew
that this
something.
calling,
Yeah.
you knew that you were different. You knew that you were called. You knew that, oh, that's good. That
I
is,
didn't fit in with the I didn't fit into the little girl groups. I didn't fit
mm-hmm,
into nowhere. And I was the outcast. I was the weird one.
mm-hmm,
I was everything that everybody talked about. Oh, you're weird. Oh, you're dingy. Oh, you're this. But at the end of the day, God called me to greater things.
right.
Greater things. So I just used it. I used my pain, my heart to say I can keep going no matter
Mm-hmm,
what anyone has to say about me.
mm-hmm. And a
So
lot of people think that because of where they come from and because of their background that God can't use them, or they feel like, like God can't say somebody like me, or God can't do, like I hear that and I'm like, God can, he can and he will.
he
Like
will. Me being
he,
me,
I'm like, he can and he will.
he will.
Like,
He definitely will. He definitely will come and grab you. He will snatch you out of everything and say, "You will serve me. You
mhm,
will bow down, no matter what." It doesn't matter if you're on the deathbed. He's still coming for you. He's
right,
going to send that minister in there to say, "Do you give your life to Christ?" So you can run all you want. You can
right.
hide. It's best to give in because he's
Yep.
going to break you down um to nothing,
Nothing.
to nothing.
So nothing, because that's definitely where
To
I was
nothing.
like, I don't have nowhere else to go.
I had
Like,
nowhere else to go.
I have
Oh,
nothing. All I have is you. And people see me now And God is still working on me. I'm not a finished product. God is still working on me. He is still molding me, still doing all of these things. But they look at me now like, oh, you ain't been through nothing. I'm like, baby, listen.
Baby,
Don't let
if
these
you only
lashes draw
knew.
on eyebrows fool you. Because your girl done been through some things.
But
But
nothing
I'm
bad.
so glad that I don't look, and you neither, don't look like what we've been through.
Nothing. It's amazing how God brought me over those hills and everything. It's just amazing because I'm a walking testimony to say that if you think you cannot do it, just ask me a question.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me how I made it go.
Mm-hmm.
God did it. If I give the credit to him all the way, because I would, if it was me, if I was left to myself, I would be still in the same state that I was, trying to figure out a way, and the way was always God.
Right. That's good. The way was always God.
Always God. It was never, never about, it was
Right.
always God.
Right.
You
Right.
just, girl, it was always. I said, God,
Always God.
you had your hand on this situation the
The
whole entire time. The
listen.
whole entire time. You kept me quiet till this day to say the whole time you had your hands on me.
Mm, 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 mm. The whole time.
The whole time. Even when I wanted to give up on myself, I wanted to walk away from ministry. I literally wanted to walk away from ministry. And he was like, no, you sit right there. You stand on your rock.
Yep.
You stand on your rock. You stand there, because at the end of the day, no one matters but God.
No
No
one.
one matters.
Yep.
He's going to
Yep.
put people in places for you to say, okay, yeah, you do it this way, or help you along the way. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, he's sending them.
Right. And that's the truth. That is the truth. I went through those stages where it was so lonely for me. I went from having so many friends, so many, like I said, I'm outside.
I was
Okay. I was
topping it off.
outside.
I was outside topping it off. And had a little crew with me and everything followed behind me. I was leading them. Where we
Little
going,
bus
sis?
down side point.
Where we going? Where we going? What we doing for the night? But
I was out. I was outside. And I had so many friends. When I was like, Lord, you know what? I'm gonna give you this yes. And when I give you this yes this time,
I'm
that's
done.
it.
That's
I'm
it.
done. There's no going back. It's no returning.
Mm.
This is no matter what comes, I'm going to stand firm. Like you said, I'm going to stand on the rock. I'm going to do what you call me to do. But there was times where I was just so lonely, like because I came from helping everybody, like giving advice to everybody, hanging out with everybody. You want to go get, we gonna ride here, we ride there. And then everything stopped. Like the Lord literally stripped everything. Like
Everything.
no friends. Like I was crying like, oh Lord, I'm
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah. But that's the season you sit across from yourself and you ask yourself questions. Is this what you want?
Yes.
This is how you going out? I'm going out with a smile with God.
Right.
Free. I'm free. I ain't got
Now
to.
my question is, did you ever go through those phases of like loneliness when you went from outside to serving God? Was there any like
Yes, it was loneliness. It was lonely. It was
mm-hmm.
lonely. It was a lonely transfer. I mean, I had people like our Pastor Mia, Pastor Jackson,
Right.
people like that. But half the time it was me and God battling things that I had in the inner side where I didn't even trust people.
Right.
So I had to get used to trusting people. I had to get used to
Listen.
the love people had for me. Like I had to get used to a lot of things that I was like, sweetheart, don't come
Right.
too fast, because I don't want you to feel like I'm like, and I'm not really, it's just that the
I'm laughing
trauma
because I
that
can
I've been
relate.
through,
I'm laughing because I can relate.
like the things I've been through is like, it's right there. But now it's like, okay,
Yes.
I was lonely. I didn't see anybody doing what I was doing, like giving the block everything up for a
Mm,
man. As they
right.
said, you can't see. You can't
Right.
see him.
Right.
How you believe in him? You can't see
Right.
him. I see him. I
Right.
understand what's going on, and I'm free. I
Mm,
don't live like that anymore. I'm
that
free.
the
I ain't
free.
gotta worry about nothing. I'm free. He got the battle. He got the fight. He got everything.
Mm.
Girl, I wish I.
It's the free.
At the end of the day, I said they didn't teach me how to pray. They didn't teach me how to sit with myself. They didn't teach me anything but the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even teach me how to do life right.
Right.
All I knew was get dressed. Let's go. Let's go to the club. Let's go to the bar.
That's
Oh,
it.
let's put these racks up in the air. Let's
Yep.
perpetrate. It's basically a perpetrated life. I'm gonna be
Yep.
honest with you. It's a perpetrated life because I got more now
Mm-hmm.
than I had before. I lost out. I
Listen.
lost out because it was dirty. It was a dirty
Listen.
life. It was a dirty life.
Listen.
It was a dirty life. How can you be mad with me by saying the truth? It was a dirty life, so I lost out.
Yep. Yep.
All the years I lost out, and I could have been in my purpose.
Way further along.
Way farther, way.
If I wasn't running, I would have been way further along than I am now. But I wanted to be a
Everything.
track star.
I wanted to be a track. I was a track star. No, you ain't calling me. You ain't calling me.
Wanted to be a track star so bad.
Ooh, you was not
Like the
calling
Bible
me.
said, we were supposed to be teachers and preachers by now, but no,
By now.
we was running
We was
it.
running. I can say I was running. I'm not running anymore. This is the
Right.
calling, and that's what it is. Is I remember. I remember the other day I was in the church house, and somebody came and asked me, and they was like, Miss Mauricia, I'm still smoking, but I want to be delivered. I said, baby,
Mm.
when you get delivered, do not pick it
Back
back
up.
up. And a tear fell from my eye because I could hear God said, the people are waiting because you did the process. I prune you. I did
Yep.
the work in you. So let's begin to take the next step.
Yep.
And then you hit me with the chat.
Yep. And they need to hear it. Like they need to hear that I'm not just telling you to be telling you. I'm telling you because I lived it, I
I
went
live.
through it, and I'm still here to tell you
I'm still here.
and to help you get through it. Like I'm not just telling you to just try to tell you. Like
Like
I
it's
ain't
not.
wasting my breath. I'm telling you because I didn't went through it.
I went through it, flipped it over, tried to do it a different way, try to hide it. Baby, it's not gonna work. I done picked it
Because
up twice. He done delivered me twice. That dirt, I said, hold on, I ain't doing this no more because he ain't gonna keep stinging me.
listen, come on, man. Come on. Like when people, and the thing is, like you said, it's just us telling our story and people getting to know us. They see us now, and they like, oh, look at them. They think they too good at things or whatever. Because I get that all the time. People call me good at teaching. I'm like, listen, you
Mm-mm.
don't even know the half of the half. You don't need half of the half of the half of the things out from childhood to now. Like we're
You
not
don't
even
know.
finna go.
You don't even know the person that's standing front of you. This is a changed person. This is a new person. This is what God said the promise was. This is the
This is
promise.
he don't allow you to see the scrapes and the bruises and the wounds
Not
and
nothing.
the backstab in the back and the
What?
cuts on it. He don't let you see all
No,
that. He let
no.
you see he let you see this is what he doing.
What he did, what he doing, what he did, what he
What he
showing.
did.
It like, this is
Yes.
what it is.
Yep. And I tell people all the time, like, especially people like where I come from, like I just want them to know, like, once you know who God is, and once you get that relationship with him, it's like, how can you not
How can you not? The ball.
serve him? Or how can you not walk in with
What?
him? Like
What?
I got to know God for myself because, like I said, I was in and out of church, but I didn't know God for myself. I knew God from what other people told me about. Like, I didn't really have that relationship, like that intimate relationship with Him.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would you encourage someone like to get to know God for themselves? Like, no matter where you come from, no matter what you did, no matter none of that.
I said for me, I had to find a church.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find a church, and no matter what I was going through, I sat there. I sat there until I got it right. So I'm gonna tell you this: just sit there, go through the process. No matter if you're still smoking weed, if you're drinking, if you're clubbing, if you show up for him, he will show up for you.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you put in the work and you say, "Well, I'm trying, God. I'm trying. I'm trying, God." That's how it was for me. I just kept saying, "I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm walking. I'm walking." As I begin to walk, things begin to drop. So as you begin to
Yes.
walk, things will begin to drop. The new you
Yes.
will come out like a new cocoon. You will come out like a new butterfly.
Listen. Yes.
So just keep it up. Keep it up. No matter what your friends saying, what anybody's saying, because the enemy plays tricks on our minds and say we're not worthy to sit in the church house. Oh, they
Yes.
could see us. They seen us last night. No, we don't see anything. We just glad to see you here.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to see that you're taking the steps.
Yep.
Come here, let me hug on you. Let me kiss on your neck. How you doing? It doesn't matter if you got to smoke before you come to calm down. 'Cause they do.
Listen.
They
Yes.
do. Just know the church houses, they have their arms open.
Mm-hmm.
They have their arms open, and they're not there to judge you, not anything. They just want you to say, I want Christ in my life.
Yes.
Even if it's just a little bit, it could be a little bit for right now because you're taking the steps, and it could be for the long run. You never know what you're called to do.
Right.
So just take that one step. That
Right.
one step will help you out.
When you take that one step, he gonna take two.
He's gonna take two.
Before you know it, y'all gonna be walking together. Like,
You gonna be
it's
dancing
just
me
a
out.
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying like the transition, like I always tell people, it's not easy.
No, it's
It's
not.
not easy, but with God, it's like light, if that makes any sense. Like, I can't believe that because, honey, a Hennessy and ginger ale don't owe me nothing.
Hennessy don't owe me
And
nothing.
when I look back, I'll be like, I don't have a taste for it no more.
No
I don't
taste,
have a. It used to, when
desire.
I first transitioned, like, I'm like, I want to go out because I like to dance. I love me a good oldies but good. I loves me a good. I want to go out.
Yeah.
Don't have the taste to go out. Like you said, he'll start dropping those things off. The more you walk with him, he will
Mm-hmm.
just start. Before you know it, you don't want that Hennessy no more. Before
Nope.
you know it, you don't want to roll up no more.
Mm-mm.
Before you know it, you don't want to cuss
You,
nobody out no more.
mm-mm.
Like,
You don't want to be no
it's a
Jezebel. You don't
process.
want to be a lot of things no more.
You don't want to be like
You learn how to, hold
decline.
yourself. They don't even teach you how to hold yourself, but the church will teach you how to hold yourself, ladies and
Listen,
gentlemen, to get what you really want. Some
talk about that. Hold yourself.
hold yourself. Yes, they will. Church will hold yourself. Hold
Listen,
yourself.
and I love my church. When I first came to the church, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was like, do they know me? Because they was acting like they had known me for years. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, do they know me? But it was just that they just overwhelmed me with so much love. And I just like felt the love. I felt the genuineness. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then they teach you how to
Yes.
live the
Girl,
word through the word. They teach you how to be leaders. They teach you. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a process. So I'm like, oh, like it was like light bulbs just go. I'm like, oh,
it
okay.
was.
Like,
I definitely had a light bulb. One season of the light bulb was like, God, I know you're not about to sit me in front with these J's on my feet girl, I said, me and God was going back and forth in my house. I was like, God, I know you ain't called me to do this. I know. I was like, I know.
Listen.
And now the it wasn't always about me. It's the people that's coming behind me.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I want to change it up a little bit. No, don't change it up a little bit because the people are watching.
Yep. And you know, Marissa, they need that because there's some people who don't come to church because they feel like they don't have nothing to wear, but they're jade. Like they like, I don't have no church clothes. I'm like, where that?
Where what you got
I
on?
can't go into church wearing. I'm like, yes, you can. So by you sitting in the front with your J's, they like, oh, I can come here in my J's. Like I ain't gotta wear a 3-piece suit from Roses. I can
No.
come in here with my J's and my jeans or whatever. And I tell people that like
Come as you are, not
he's worried about your heart. He's worried about the inner man. Like let
that
him work
part.
on the inner man first, and then he'll start to work with your your outer appearance. Like there's some stuff that I used to wear, and I'm like, nah, don't put that on because the Holy Spirit will convict. Like, no, don't, no. Let me
Mm-hmm.
a little button, but
Yeah. But when he comes down to me, he be like, put them sneakers on.
right,
Because they going to ask you where you got them from. That's a conversation starter.
yep,
Yeah, yeah, keep a conversation starter. Oh, I like your outfit. I like your outfit. I like this. I like this about you. Okay. What you like about yourself?
yep,
You know, how God did you this week? It's a
mm-hmm.
conversation starter. It's just a little conversation starter. And I
Yep,
love that about me. Like I love my outfits. That's where I come from. My clothes. I love my clothes. I love putting them together. I just love
right,
it. So he
right,
kept me there.
right. Your authentic self. You're Maricia.
Yes.
You're Maricia.
Mm-hmm.
So you're authentic. You're you. You know what I mean? He makes us all different. He makes us all
Makes it
unique.
different.
He
Yeah.
makes us all, fearfully and wonderfully made. We're all different. And that's what I love about it. Like you being you, me being me, this person being their person, like they're being their self. And God, I could go on and on. People be like, you be talking about Damien. Like, yes, I do, because I love him.
I
Like,
love him. How you mad because I love him? How you mad because I love him?
I just love him.
I just
I
love
love
him.
him.
And you not
I love
gonna stop me? What they call me? Holy Roly? You call me Pastor? What else you got for me?
everything. Church girl. And
Church girl.
that used to get on my nerves.
Now you get on my nerves because I knew the calling.
It was a time where I was like, okay, now don't be calling me church girl. I'm here trying to get a drink. And y'all talking about church girl, what you doing here? I'm not a church, like, stop. But you ain't supposed
Girl.
to be. They was right. I wasn't supposed to be in there. I'm supposed to be at the church.
They was
But like you said, we was running.
I was running, and sometimes I had assignments in those places to start my new beginnings. Them assignments that were still out there to say, if you. I remember he woke me up and he was like, if you don't get dressed right now, this little girl is gonna drink too much and she's gonna get a car accident. But if you stand in the place that I put you in, just drink the ginger ale.
Wow.
Act like you drinking. Just
Wow.
act like you're drinking. And I was like, I was standing there and I was like, whoa. So one day she come to me and she was like, Miss Maurice, man, I remember seeing you at the club. And I said, why that church lady here, man? She ain't even drinking, man. What she being nosy? What she spying on me? And the whole time she didn't know I knew if I did not stand there,
Wow.
she would have drunk too much for her to be in a
Excuse me.
car accident. She
Wow.
probably would have lost her life that night. So the day that she told me that, she was like, man, it slowed you. Every time I see you, it slowed me down from drinking. It made me want to put the cup down.
Wow.
So you never know where you have to show up in seasons
Mm-hmm.
for other people when you're walking in your purpose, trying to get it right.
Right. Right.
So God can put you on a assignment, and you never know that you're doing an assignment for someone to get them right.
Mm. That's good. That's good. Child, I just be married. I just be marinating in it.
Be marinated.
Be marinating. I be marinating in it for real. So I want you to encourage the person who is afraid. They feel as though God can't save them. They feel as though their past, overpowers them coming to church. They feel like, listen, God can't save me. I done been through too much. Or some people feel like, some people feel like because they've been through so much that God like was hurting them, or God wasn't there for them because they went through so many traumatic experiences. Talk to that person, encourage that person who has a past, who wants to come to Christ, but they just don't know how.
I mean, this one takes home because I was one of the ones to say that God can never use me for the things that I went through. But when you get in the Bible, it would tell you, he's close to the brokenhearted. He loves the ones that's doing wrong. He loved the sinners. He loved the sinners. So no matter what, you just say, well, God, can you use me? Ask him, can he use you? Can I get through what my trauma done to me? Because a lot of us that's out there, outside is trauma. So I'm just going to say that just focus. Yeah. Focus and ask God to deliver you.
Yeah.
Send someone in your life to order to help you go through the steps. If you're that person that needs help, that, and also just trust in the Lord. Trust in the process. Don't run from the process before it gets started, though, because some of us run and be like, oh, no, this ain't going the way it should go. But in due season.
Yeah.
In due season. It will come all out. Just take one step at a time.
Yeah.
Remind yourself that the state that you're in, it won't always be like that.
That's true. That's so true. And trust in God, and the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and he will do whatever he needs to do
to keep you there,
to keep you where you are. He will lie to you. He will try
to mind tricks.
He will play mind tricks just to keep you in that where you feel like God is not there, or you feel like God must hate me so much. He's having me go through all this stuff, or he took my mom, he took my father. I don't have, I feel like he took everything from me.
It's the pruning. It's just the pruning, sweetheart. Just walk in the pruning, and you'll come on the other side and say, man, I'm free from everything. I don't cry anymore. I just don't. I'm walking in it.
Yes.
I'm free. Some people just have to learn that they're free.
Yeah. And I always say, and this is something that I've learned with my process and our leaders, fight back those lies, fight back those negative thoughts with the word of God. If the enemy is telling you nothing, you never gonna be nothing, you fight that with what God said that you are. Fight that with what he's telling you. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. He's telling you that he created you in his image. He's telling you all these things, that you're a royal priesthood, you're chosen.
You're chosen generation.
A chosen generation. And you have to fight with the word. Get in the word. The word is so accessible. You don't even have to have a handheld Bible. You can go on Google. You can look it up. What does God say about me? And those scriptures will come right on up.
Yeah.
Because the enemy is going to fight you. He's going to try to keep you in that dark space where, you feel like you're not loved. You feel like you're unworthy. You feel like God can't use you because of your past. He can, he can, and he will.
He will. He definitely will. He will. He will set you free and set you apart and lift you up where you're weak at. He said he wants your weakness. He wants the weakness.
He wants your weakness. That's so funny. So I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to let you close this out. Or you can say what all you have to say. Don't say, we can just end it with that. But I recently went through a process, because like the sanctification process is not just a one-time thing and then it's done. Like it's ongoing. Like you be steady going through this thing. So I didn't realize that I had a guard up with God. I didn't realize I had a guard up with the Holy Spirit, because I'm so used to handling stuff by myself. I'm so used to, you know,
You hit the
I'm
mark
the
tonight.
oldest.
Yeah,
I'm
you
the
hit that one on the
oldest.
mark. You hit that one on the mark. I think I was the same way. And then when I released and said, God, I let you,
Yes.
I let you drive
Mhm.
this wheel. Go ahead and drive it. You take the wheel.
Yes.
Because if I take
And
the
you
wheel,
have to give total,
total.
and I thought I was doing that, but there was an area
Yeah.
where I was like, God, I don't want to give you this because I gave it to people before and they
They
didn't
abused it.
get
They
that
abused it.
right. So
So
I'm
they're
just holding this piece. I'm like, but you can have all the other stuff. But these little pieces right here, I just want to keep these and I can handle those. And he was like, I want all of you, all of it. The things that we think that we're ashamed of, the
I was
things
ashamed.
that the
I was
guiltiness.
ashamed. It kept my mouth closed. That shame and that fear kept my mouth closed. Like, girl, you ain't gonna know nothing about me. You ain't
Yep.
gonna know two things about me, so you could throw it back in my face because of my
Yep.
environment. My
Yep.
environment.
Yep.
So, so now
And that's
that
it. Like you were saying earlier, those are things that outside teaches us. Not, oh, you can't trust them, or you
mm-hmm,
know what I mean, me, myself, and I.
mm-hmm.
Like they teach us those things. I always have a guard up, and then we, like outside, it wasn't no good.
It wasn't no good, but when we get in the church house, they said we can
Yeah,
help you. We can help you. We can help you. We'll
yes,
pray for you.
yes,
We can sit and hold you and cry.
yes. We
And just
don't fight alone.
we don't fight alone. We don't fight these battles alone.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I just encourage whoever's listening, if you catch the replay or if you might see this couple months from now or whatever, I just want to encourage you that God can handle even the broken pieces. He can
Mm-hmm.
handle the places that you are ashamed of. He can handle the places that you may carry guilt. He can handle all of it. You don't have to carry it. Give it to him. The traumatic experiences, the violation, people violating you,
Yes.
give it all to him. He can handle it. He is a safe space, he is a safe
Yeah.
place. And it took me, I'm telling you, like when he spoke that to me, I was like, I don't have a guard up with you. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was showing me, like, literally holding these pieces, holding the pieces and not giving it to him when I need to give it to him. That's total surrender. It's the whole
It's the total for me. It was the total for,
total.
because he said you trying to hold on to something that you feel shameful of, but I put you through that.
Yep.
I put you through that. You didn't put yourself through that. I put you through that so you could tell someone how to get through it. So
Yep.
you can't hold your gifts. That's holding your gifts back.
Mm-hmm.
That's hiding your gifts. You hiding your gifts and not
Yep.
showing the people how to really do it.
Yep.
Oh,
So we gonna end. I don't know if we have anybody. We are live, so I don't know if anybody has a question, a comment for Maricia. If not, we're gonna get her to close out. Or do you have anything to share? Because I know
what?
you got some lunch over there. Do you have anything else you want to share to the people?
I don't.
It's up to you. You don't. It's up to you.
Hold on. Please. Um. God, I just have to say this. God will bring you out the wilderness if you let
Mm-hmm.
Him. Just let Him commit. Just do what you're supposed. Just do what He wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, because He gonna snatch you regardless. I remember the kids talking about snatching. Oh, God gonna snatch you. He gonna snatch you no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. So either you're gonna give in now or you give in later. He's still gonna get you. So I think that's about
Easy
it.
way or the hard way?
Easy way or the hard way? Easy way or the hard way?
So we think, Marissa, I thank you so much for coming on and just sharing a part of your story and just encouraging the people because they need to hear it. Like they need to hear your voice. They need to hear your story. And so I'm just so grateful that you said yes to being on the chit chat. I just appreciate you. I love you and I'm so excited to where God is going to take you and catapult you, and I'm just so grateful. And I thank you and I appreciate you for coming on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I love you. And
Don't you cry.
y'all know I'm a crybaby. Y'all know I'm a crybaby. But I just
I hear it.
appreciate you coming on. And yeah, for just gracing us on the chit chat. Michelle, she said, "Hey ladies." Hey Michelle. Michelle was on the last episode. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
But yeah, that's all. We thank y'all for tuning into the chit chat. Marissa, what you
I
got?
want to say thank you for giving me the platform. Maisha, I want to thank you for giving me the platform. Let me say it again. Thank you for giving me the platform. Because the people were waiting for me to open up to say some things, but you gave me the platform, and God allow God allow you to hear him say, Maricia is the best fit for it. So I thank you. I thank you.
Oh God. Oh God. This ain't the end.
I
So
know
we
it.
gonna be looking for I'm
Don't,
gonna be
if y'all want her to bring me back and you want to hear some more, you tell her to
because
bring me
this
back.
thing we gonna have to come back part
Because this
2.
belly is full. God got some stories.
We're gonna come back to part 2 because you know the Holy Spirit we don't be letting us share everything all at once.
Oh, no.
Give you a little bit, give you a little bit here, a little bit there. So we definitely gonna have to do a part 2. Y'all stay tuned because we're gonna have Marissa back. But we thank y'all for tuning in to the chit chat.
Woo.